the last 2 days has been about getting engaged on the issues, because we are not going to elect someone to save us. We have to save ourselves. And the only way that we can save ourselves is to get educated on the issues and then be the backbone for the people that we do elect when those issues come up, and start going through the process in the legislation during the legislative session. So I want you to know that I had the opportunity last night to talk with a lot of state reps and see what was kind of happening on the ground. There are those of us that have fought very hard over the last 2 cycles. We were fighting hard the last time, we were fighting hard this time, and I can tell you, we talked about it earlier, we're going to have a speaker showdown every session. And it's not about the 2 men or the women who are running. It's about having a presence here and having a voice in the speaker's race so that we can be effective in voicing our opinion and making a difference. And it is my pleasure and my honor to introduce to you David Simpson. And we need to listen to what he says, because in the coming days, when they're fighting the fight in the rules, on the rules, they need we need to be their backbone. And just like we were out there tweeting and putting posts on Facebook and learning how to use social media to voice our opinion, we need to be their backbone and not go away. So, David, here you go.
Thank you all. Thank you all for this opportunity to visit with you just a moment. I've got to get back to the Capitol very shortly, but I did want to come. Thank you all for your support, for your prayers, for your perseverance. Electing a speaker among the members of the House of Representatives is a very personal thing. It depends on trust. And it's been my pleasure and privilege to talk to everyone almost in the Texas House. I called every member, had discussions about the rules, about the intimidation, about the payback, and I was very well received. I was encouraged, and both parties. In fact, sometimes I got more support among our friends in the Democratic Party because they're the minority, and the only thing they have really they can depend upon is a fair enforcement of the rules. And so we can agree with them there, and we can work for due process, and of course on freedom and other matters as well. But in the long run, we fell short of the votes that we needed, and the support that we did have was not strong enough to go all the way. I tried to go all the way, but we were not able to do that. But it was after a long, hard battle. The encouraging thing is that as I spoke to some of the members, you could tell that the speaker had adopted our platform and was promising to do things in the rules and the appointment of the committees that we had campaigned on. And so he had to use our platform to win his seat. And that was very, very encouraging. We depend on y'all to hold us accountable, to highlight our Constitution. 20 years ago, when I was elected a mayor of a very small city, the Constitution was not a big issue. Y'all have made it an issue. And the Constitution, except for the Bill of Rights, is really a bunch of bylaws. It's about due process. It's about honoring our promises to one another as citizens in this nation, how we will govern. And we can't take away one's life, liberty, or property without due process. And government's place is really small. Defend us from our enemies, punish the wrongdoer who harms his neighbor, enforce the rules among men, and then get out of the way. We stand on your shoulders. And I know you probably have a lot of unanswered questions. I can't go into all of them now. I've got to get back to a meeting at the Capitol. But know this, we tried very, very hard. And I'm very encouraged. I could disappear And the reps that are now there, the solid conservative reps, they're going to wish for the days it was just me standing up on some of these things. We're going to have a lot of members doing the right thing in the right way. And I'm encouraged with y'all. I just with some of the calls, some of the discussions I had, I was encouraged with the way in which the campaigning developed, respectful, and doing the very things that I've been trying to do, asking people the right way, and not just lambasting them. And it's easy to get in that mode and just demonize people, and because we believe they're wrong. But we have to be reasonable. We have to put ourselves in their shoes, help them understand the principles of liberty. And we can't say, be free. We have to say, be free, and welcome them to join and really be who God made us to be, free and responsible creatures that accurately reflect Him and treat each other with dignity and respect. Yes?
Just one question. If we couldn't find yet 76 reps with enough courage to vote Strauss out of office, where are we going to find 76 to take his power away? If they didn't have the courage to do that, they're facing the same threats and the same retributions. So how are they going to have the courage to take his power away if they didn't have the courage to get rid of him?
Well, there were differences in opinion on how to handle this. Some people didn't want to use the political capital, which is limited, on this race, knowing that we were more than likely going to lose. So there was some disagreement on whether we should go to the floor and whatnot. And originally I campaigned saying that if we didn't have the votes, I wouldn't take it to the floor. And that did cause some difficulties later on. When we didn't have the votes, I made a decision to invite them, because I did believe it was still profitable to go to the floor and to stand up for our cause that was right. I believe it was the right thing to do. But not everyone agreed with me in that, and I respect them. We do have a strong minority. You don't have to have a majority to stop bad legislation. Many times just 5 votes on the local and consent calendar can stop a bill. I tried to do that with the puppy mill bill last time, and I couldn't find 4 other votes. So I had to do it another way. There will be more than 5 this time. And I am encouraged with where we are. And it's thanks to y'all's perseverance. Don't give up. Keep going. And we can see our Constitution restored. I'll take one more.
You say perseverance. For 2 election cycles now, 2 legislators, we have not seen perseverance out of the challenger to the Speaker. At the last minute, they give up. I understand protecting the legislators, the freshmen, the conservatives, etc. But what about these people? We've been in our communities since the Republican convention here, talking about Speaker's race, talking about Strauss, talking about you guys, and we get the establishment, the rhinos, the bloggers saying, you know, there's not a race, you're a bunch of idiots, you're a bunch of fools. I feel like a fool today. I'd just like to see it go all the way just once.
Well, I agree, and we did try. We tried multiple times. We couldn't get there, but be encouraged. We have made a big impact. We have set the bar. We've identified the problems. And they are trying to now adopt our platform. And we do need to be concerned about the rules, but you're right, the Speaker interprets the rules and applies them. You can have the best rules, but with still a Speaker that will not apply them evenly and fairly, our job is not done.
Well, I apologize, because I didn't understand this race was a strategy. I thought it was for principles.
Yes.
I don't like Joe Strauss. I don't like where he comes from. I don't like his ideology. I don't like how he's done things. And we don't trust him. We trusted you. We trusted Ken Paxton last time.
Right.
We can't get across. Just get a vote. Let the people, let our legislators, let us know who they are.
I agree.
Get a vote.
We did.
My name is Rick Reynolds. I'm with LoneStarTeaParty.us. I say winning is not everything, Losing honorably is everything. When you are fighting for your freedom, lose until you can win
Well,
and bring the bacon home. To the conservative people of Texas, let us have our voice heard rather than just yours. That's what I want to see. I want to see courage at the ultimate height in this town. One time in my lifetime. I've lived close to here all of my life. This is the most liberal place in a conservative environment I have ever been. I hate coming here. I do. Because you all get together and you sing Kumbaya. And I'm tired of it. My God, I'm 66 years old. I'd like to see somebody who will fight to the death. And I'm one that will.
I appreciate that, and I did seek to do that. Thank you.
I will say too, and I can attest to this, David was willing to go to the floor. And I will say that on Thursday or on Monday, whenever this rules happens, we need to be their backbone, and that needs to be the fight that we can see and hold all of these state House legislators accountable, how they're going to vote. And that's where we're going to know in the primary who's with us and who's not. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate you.